Second half OVC schedule gets started this weekend for the Jacksonville State volleyball team. Todd Garvey's bunch getting ready for a road trip to Austin Peay and to Murray State. Okay, I think you're one of 3 or 4 in the league with a winning record, and overall for the year, you're even in the league at 4-4 through the at the halfway point. Are you happy with where you are at this point in time?
We would like to be a little bit better record, obviously, but with everything we've been through, I think that we've been trying to just survive and try to hopefully peak at the end of the year once we start getting players back. We've had 4 or 5 players out almost every match this season, so we're starting to get healthy at the right time, and I think that if we can peak this second half of the conference season going into the tournament, I think we'll have a great chance. It's a matter of us, when we're at the top of our game, we can compete and beat anybody. I think it's just a matter of us getting more consistent, and I know Kaylie, who you're going to speak to, has really stepped up her game the past 3 weeks, and we're kind of looking for a couple other players to kind of take their game to the next level the next couple of weeks, and I think if we can do that, I think we can have a great chance.
Oh, Friday was not a good night for you here at home last weekend, but you bounced back Saturday, and you did beat a very good SIU team. Does that show maybe some the growth of the team from early in the year to the way they bounced back on Saturday then?
Yeah, it does. I think that it kind of is our season in a nutshell. Like, we're capable of playing really well, which we showed Saturday night against SIUE, and then Friday night, we just got to be more consistent. Friday night was one of our worst matches of the year. We just weren't executing, had a lot of errors, and then Saturday night we bounced back and played great. So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster this year with all the different lineups and different people in different positions because of the injuries. But one of the things that I was proud of from this past weekend is we bounced back from Friday to Saturday, and early in the year we weren't doing that. Early in the year, if we had a bad game Friday, we let it affect us on Saturday, and I think that that's one of the steps that we've improved on this season. I think that the next step is just let's go out and do it both nights. Let's be consistent.
All right. Also, you being in Lipscomb, you had played some of the schools in the league, but having been through the league now one time and from top to bottom of the way the standings are now, will it help you and your staff? You're a little bit more familiar with your opponents this way in the second half of the schedule?
I think it definitely helps. We've it was new scouts to all of us, so it's our first time scouting all these teams, but we're getting pretty familiar with everybody now and kind of what their strengths and weaknesses are and what they like to do, and I think that it's definitely going to help us going forward. This weekend presents 2 big challenges. Austin Peay's first in the conference right now. They won the conference last year. Got an amazing team. Taylor does a great job with them as their head coach, and then Murray State was preseason picked number 1 by a lot of people and are 1 game ahead of us, so it's going to be a big challenge this weekend for us.
All right, you mentioned a lot of injuries before, so obviously one thing for this team is you can move people around, interchangeable parts, and they can play different positions. If there's one thing that you feel like you need to work on that you've got to be better on the second half of the league schedule, what would it be?
I think the biggest things that we're going to focus on as a team the second half of the season is continuing to be more aggressive serving and just continuing to work at defense, especially blocking. I think that our offense right now has been pretty good. We've been really well balanced. We usually have 5 players at the end of the night that all have pretty balanced stats when it comes to hitting percentage and kills and stuff, but it's just continuing to get better at serving more aggressive, and then continuing to improve at defense.
You mentioned Kaylie a moment ago and what she's meant. Sadie's been hurt quite a bit, Sadie Anderson. We're going to talk to her as well. If you can keep her healthy, is that a big plus for you the second half?
Yeah, I think it definitely is. Sadie's a great player. I think she was our most consistent outside the first month or so of the season until she was injured. I think it's going to take her a little time to kind of get back to where she was, but she looked great yesterday at practice, and I think she's on the right track. So it's going to be nice to have options. This year we really haven't had any subs to go to. If things go bad, we just kind of have to play through it because we haven't had that bench, but now we're starting to get people back and healthy, and I think that's going to help us peak at the right time.
All right. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. Good luck.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Our ladies get ready for a road trip. Start second half of OVC play on the road at Austin Peay on Friday, Murray State Saturday afternoon. Redshirt sophomore Sadie Anderson, sophomore Kaylie Milton will visit with us. Or Kaylie is better known to her teammates. I guess that's what she answers to now. We'll find out about that in a second. First, I'm going to start with Sadie. Injuries, you played your freshman year, had to sit out all of last year because of a surgery, and now coming back this year. You've had an injury bugaboo or 2 again this season, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a concussion, had a sprained ankle. They put me out a couple games, but hopefully I can just, now that I'm fine, hopefully I can stay fine.
Well, you got to play some over the weekend.
Yep.
And as I mentioned, you've played some already this year. Has it been tough going through all this after coming in and playing as much and being an important part of the team as you were as a true freshman?
It's tough just because, I thought I was healthy after my concussion, and first came back I just sprained my ankle, but now I feel like nothing else can happen. I feel like I can just keep going from here.
All right, you played some last year as well, and coming into this year, coaching change, and you've played several different positions, I guess would be the best way to put it, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I started out as libero, and now I'm playing outside, but I just play wherever the coach puts me to help the team out.
All right, he's not on camera. Don't look that way. He's hiding back there. If he came to you and asked you where you wanted to play, where would you prefer to play if it were up to you?
Honestly, I love both positions, so I really don't mind which one.
As long as you're out there, it does not matter.
Yes.
All right, I mentioned earlier, Callie's what your teammates call you. How did that come about?
Well, we have 2 Kaylies on the team, and I'm from California, so everyone calls me Callie.
Makes sense, I guess. Both of y'all from the West Coast, from out west. What was it like? You're from Arizona. You're a long way from home. Any homesickness to begin with for you?
Yeah, I think any freshman coming into an out-of-state college is going to have some homesickness. I think it takes like 2 to 3 months just to get used to it and have to get into a schedule of like you're on your own. You're like having to do everything on your own. So it just takes a little while. But now that I'm a junior, I'm totally fine on my own.
You're home now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Coming from California, near LA, 45 minutes from LA, a little culture shock, I guess, Jacksonville, Alabama, right?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I love the small town feel. I made a bunch of family friends. Like, they're really my family, my team, like a bunch of friends outside of volleyball, and I just love the town, so.
Your family, very athletic. Your mom's already in the, Northern Arizona Hall of Fame?
Yes.
She played volleyball, ran track. Your dad ran track. And your siblings all are athletic, aren't they?
Yes, both my parents, my dad did track and AU, my mom played volleyball and did track. My older brother plays baseball at like a NAI school in Arizona. And then my younger brother and younger sister are all involved in so many sports I can't even name them.
Who's the best athlete?
Oh,
You were supposed to say Sadie.
Probably my little brother, Garrett.
really?
Yes.
She's honest. How about that?
You're welcome.
Coaching change, new system. Do you think you ladies have adapted to it now as you get ready for the second half of the OBC schedule?
We definitely have. These coaches have been such a blessing. We work hard every day in practice, and like when we get a win, like from a game, like we just feel so rewarded from all the hard work.
All right, ladies, congratulations so far this season. Best of luck rest of the way.
Thank you.
Our ladies will start second half of OBC play. They're Friday night at Austin Peay, taking on the Governors. Saturday afternoon, wrap up the road trip at Murray State.